Bienvenidos, benchwarmers.
Damas y caballeros. Hola.
Episodio 26.
You got it? You getting it? Hell yeah.
It's a little bit of Mexico still in me from the trip, and as you can tell,
Hello,
Andy
guys.
is back, everybody, and he is our most comfortable guest yet.
Look at him. Just look at
¿Dónde
him spread
está
out.
la biblioteca?
Now, we wanted to
love
bring you back, Andy, because you were the only one in the softball crew that made the trip to the All-Star break this year.
Tell us all about it.
That is true. It was amazing.
Who went with you?
Seattle. I am not from Seattle, but I am from Washington. And I'm from the other side of the state. I want to make it clear that I said I am from Washington, and I didn't say I'm from Washington State, because I shouldn't have to clarify. If I was from D.C., I would say I'm from D.C., or I would say Washington, D.C.
The capital.
What's easier to say, D.C. or state? I guess state's probably easier to say.
DC is easier to say.
D.C.
I think D.C.
State. State's one syllable.
Oh,
So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But yes, it was amazing.
Yes.
I went to the Futures game. I went to
Oh,
the
wow.
softball, the celebrity softball game.
Oh, you did it all.
We did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
shit.
beautiful.
So compared to when I went last year, they had Fan Fest for the All-Star game in the LA Convention Center. For Seattle, they had it on Lumen Field.
On Lumen Field, I could stand on the 50-yard line and pretend that I was Russell Wilson.
Hell
That's
yeah.
badass.
Seahawks,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. We don't want to be Broncos,
Yes.
Russell Wilson.
Yes.
That was quite a journey, wasn't it?
Well,
guys?
Broncos Russell Wilson does not have good memories there.
No, not at all.
Nope.
I thought it was hilarious because I saw your first story when you were there, and it was you walking around with your GoPro like you have in softball. I was like, there's no easier way for the fans to spot Andy with him walking with that around.
It was hard to vlog though, because there was just blasting
Music.
100% copyrighted music the whole entire time.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So like I kind of like gave up on vlogging that, but I vlogged the home run derby, which at the time that we're recording this, I'm in the process of editing. So
Yeah.
when does the video comes out? What, Fridays?
Fridays.
Yeah.
At 2 p.m., guys. So make sure you like and subscribe.
So,
and
yeah.
Audio Thursday
I'm-
at 2 p.m.
you got
I'm
the bell
hoping that I can have it up by Friday when this comes out.
Okay.
You guys can
Like a
it'll
promotional
already, it'll,
thing?
it'll already be up. So I just forced myself to have to edit for the rest of this week.
We're
Get it done.
We're sponsoring Andy's All-Star videos.
And I'm not flipping anybody off. I hurt my finger at work, so when I go thumbs up, I'm not actually, trying to
Oh,
be
that's-
offensive.
you're giving me the
I can't
bird.
physically can't bend my finger.
What happened to it? Did a piece of
I
gold fall?
I lifted something too heavy at work and I strained a tendon in my middle finger.
Oh, no. What's
It didn't hurt, but it like started to swell up, and I was like, oh, that's probably not a good thing. And then like I let it like chill for a minute, for a couple days, and then I went and lifted something else again, and then it hurt, and it swelled up again. And then it turned like purple, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna not. This is literally only on here, not because it's like it hurts to bend or anything, but like just so that I don't use it.
Oh, because
It's just because if I don't have this on, like I'll like won't think about it, and I'll like lift something, and I'll be like, ow, oh yeah, that's right, I hurt my finger.
What's the Dodger Films coaching staff say? You're out for a couple days, couple
That's
weeks?
right. Yes, Bobby took me into the dugout alone. He told everyone to get out, and then
Very-
he slowly
Oh,
Very
sucked
odd.
my middle finger.
Oh.
passionately
very-
or scared?
Both.
Oh, sounds like
At
Bobby.
first, I was scared, and then he was sensual, and then I got sensual, and then he got scared. So it was like it was one of those situations. You know what I mean, right?
Exchanging
I know
blows.
exactly what you mean. I've had one of those encounters with Bobby.
Anyways, pray for my finger. Prayers up for my finger.
But I think I saw it right. You went with Kayla. You went with your pops.
Excuse me. Who is Kayla to the general audience?
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I did not clarify that. Kayla is Andy Leon's wife.
Yes. My wife went with me, and so she's a little over 6 months pregnant right now with our first child.
The
we
newborn.
don't know boy or girl.
That's right. You can see.
Gender.
Wait, you guys are keeping it a secret?
It's gonna be a surprise.
Oh, don't tell me until like the
when,
baby
when,
comes
it,
out.
when it's out.
That's how you're gonna
Click,
find out.
take a picture, send it out.
That's
to
what I
everybody.
want to do.
You're gonna put a picture of your baby being born on the web.
That's
No,
what-
I don't want. I don't
The
know.
head out. Clink.
I don't want to know the gender until it comes out.
Wait, you that's what you want to do too?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
See, I want to know so bad,
yeah.
but I don't want to keep the secret
Uh huh.
or like let it slip at all. 'cause
Yeah,
Kayla
so-
doesn't
I know.
want to know, so I'm just like, it's just better if I don't know. But she's
Yeah.
like, you can know, just don't let me know. I'm like, yeah, and if I let you know, like it's a problem.
Yeah.
You're gonna be mad at me.
Do you
But,
think you could even hold it for like, say, you look 2 days before?
I think the key would be that if she knew that I knew, it would be a problem. But if
Yeah.
I knew and she didn't know that I knew,
Uh-huh.
it would
Yeah.
be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing on your stories when you went to the home run derby. I know you were there with your dad
Mhm.
for sure. And then I was telling people when we were watching it, I'm like, man, did he bring Kayla? Because like I knew you were sitting in the outfield.
It was so
and,
much walking.
And
for
I'm
her.
like, walking and people in the outfield for the derby will go rowdy because
oh no, yeah, she sat up way high. So my dad and Kayla sat up way high in the 300 level and got like a nice like bird's eye view of it.
Okay.
They were
Nice.
like
Nice.
up. They were like up above, kind of like the right field foul pole.
Yeah.
So they could really see them all fly out
Launching.
pretty good with the Seattle skyline in the background and everything. But I was down in section 150, which is like I was just like a step in foul territory in left field.
We saw one home run where
Yeah.
we saw you immediately.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there's
Yeah.
Andy."
Yeah,
It
it was
was-
like the third home run that Randy Arozarena hit, and I got like a perfect shot of it too. The guy caught it on the
nice.
fly.
Oh, nice.
It went like 10 rows past us, like missed the upper deck and like perfectly went down the aisle steps. And the guy
Holy
just
crap.
stepped out and caught it on the fly, and I had my helmet cam on and I tracked it really well and I got him catching
Yeah.
it. I haven't gotten to editing that part in the vlog yet, so I
Yeah.
haven't like slowed it down and like really like looked at it.
Yeah.
But and then there's only one other ball that got anywhere near me, and it was a guy. It went over like 50 people's gloves,
Oh, that's frustrating.
and then it just landed in this dude's clear tote bag that he had at his feet. He was like against a wall. He was like the opposite side of the aisle.
Yeah.
And like he didn't have to try. His bag was just sitting up against the wall, and it just goes bloop, and he's just like, "Huh? Oh, hey, I have a MLB home run derby ball now." Like it didn't have to work for it. Meanwhile, everybody in front of him is like, "Where'd it go? Where'd it go?" I'm like, "It's right there. That guy's bag. It's right there. He didn't have to do anything for
That's
it." so.
amazing. You were in like the most niche spot. Like
It was weird,
It
yeah.
had to be like the most perfect down the line home runs.
It was cool watching the ball's like tail.
Yeah.
Also, the kids in the outfield. I didn't see the kid get nailed. I mean, maybe I did. I was probably recording when it happened.
Yeah.
But like, you had to keep your head on a swivel. So I'm like watching every single home run go, and like you can't even really watch to where it was landing.
Yeah, because they throw them fast.
Because it's just go, 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 go. So if you
Yeah.
like turn around, you could get nailed in the face yourself.
Yeah.
But like, I was talking to the lady that was like directly in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, these kids are gonna get fucked up. And one of them did.
No, yeah,
people have been
dude.
saying
literally
this for years.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
They're hitting like 170 miles an hour, like whatever exit velo they're hitting.
Do you know the one that hit the kid? I know the number.
What was it, like 107?
115.
Dude.
Face.
So it's just batting practice exit velocities, like doubles down the line, and then like 8 kids who have caught like 3 pop flies total in their entire lives in Little League are all converging at one spot on the ball, and one kid's just gonna die.
My
Without having-
solution after that happened, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be no more kid shaggers next year.
Better not be.
I think a solid solution would to be involve baseball creators to do that.
Hey,
And I think that
be
first of
smart.
all,
That'd be really
most
do you,
of
got, do you know any?
do I know creators?
I don't know any baseball creators. I don't.
Oh
know.
no,
kinda
dude!
creators?
I've never met one. Not like there's one on the couch I'm looking at or anything.
You know, I know somebody. I think it was like Anteater.
You tickled
Intern-
me. Sorry,
What?
you tickled
I
my
didn't
leg.
touch you.
You tickled my leg hairs. You went whoop, and it tickled me. Sorry, Kayla does that shit to me. Kayla does that shit to me all the time, and I'm like, I don't like being touched. I don't like light touch. If you want to just grab my knee firmly the whole podcast, I don't care.
Firmly grasp it.
His knee feels like a sequoian tree trunk.
It's true. I got hairy legs, except for the back of my legs. You can't really tell right now. I mean, this is high quality podcasting.
This is
right
quite
here.
the shot for me to just.
Yes.
It's Lobo's got right down Main Street view.
It's
Most
all
of the time,
there.
all this hair for some reason
It's like a
all like
downtown.
falls out,
There's a civilization.
and it's patchy. It's
beautiful.
but it's actually kind of grown in pretty good. I got my summer coats growing in.
My summer
Summer
coat.
Anyways, what were we talking about before you assaulted my leg hairs gently?
The kids and base. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
solid
yeah.
idea to have baseball creators be
Baseball
the shaggers
creators
instead.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
That's a great
like,
idea.
how many? They put like 30 kids out there. I don't even
It
think
would
you're.
also be funny to see like a vlogger with like a nice camera set up
Yeah.
something out there. Just get his camera right.
Well, also, I think it's like it'd be huge for like I'm all about like growing brands
100%.
together.
Yeah,
and if you
100%.
have a bunch of creators doing it, how many of them are going to make
That's
videos?
why they don't care anymore. MLB is like, yeah, go ahead, take as many videos.
Exactly.
Literally the opposite of what happened to Bobby like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's crazy.
What me?
Huh?
Here's what me and
180.
Shit's changed.
here's what me and Tony Todd have been trying to do since last year. I would love to throw out the first pitch in an Angel game, and we are going to make it happen.
We are.
He keeps talking like every time we finish being on the field,
Mhm.
he looks around for like the employees with badges. So yesterday we talked to a guy who talks to the first pitch associates or whatever, the people that handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, because I always like am in an Angel game, and they're like, "Please welcome to the field, 76 owner on Harbor Street, Paul Smith."
Random.
Yeah.
guy.
Random Joe.
And so they're like,
Some
yeah,
bloke.
yeah. So the guy we talked to was like,
No, 909er.
they do a lot of like sponsorship first pitches. I'm like, that's why it's always like some 76 employee or like the new cat food brand that the Angels sponsor. And then like my not argument, but I guess like why I think it'd be smart is the same reason I said for the Derby. It's like if I tell my fans that I'm going to be doing the first pitch,
Yeah.
you'll immediately get a decent amount of kids that'll be like, "Oh, sick!" Because
I want to go.
and then I tell my homies like, "Hey, I'd love it if you guys came." There's more,
Front and center.
and boom, like you're getting
Or
more
their
ticket
parent-
sales. You're
or their
getting
parents will be like, you
Yeah.
can watch him throw a baseball on the internet any day. You
Or-
watch it every day.
or the opposite.
We don't need to go.
If the kid
And
does
I'll
go,
Giveaway.
if the kid does go, somebody needs to drive him. So that's either one more ticket for a parent or two more. So just the promotion and the growing for both sides is
Plus parking.
Yeah, and you're parking. Yep.
Park on the field. Let them park on the field if they come to see the first pitch person.
Shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, for
What
the
happened?
second time so far, he has dropped his phone. I've dropped my phone like 4 times already on the podcast.
Anyway.
Back to the All-Star.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at Patrick Sandoval is taking a dump on the mound.
No, it's Patrick Sandoval, sponsored by Kia.
No, yeah, the All-Star break.
Yeah, what about that?
So the Rondaroo Suite All-Star game. I'm sure we are in agreement for once. You were rooting for American League,
Of
right?
course,
Yeah,
of course.
Okay.
And
Always.
it was so dumb. My brother texted me. He's like, you know, the NL has only won 4 times since 1996, and you just witnessed that. I was like,
Dick. Straight dickhead.
come on.
Oh, by
'Cause
the way.
my older brother's a Cardinals fan.
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
So he's
How?
like always kind of rooting for the NL. Because when the Mariners sucked, he was like, all right, I kind of want like a second backup team. And then he just became like I think he likes them equally,
Yeah.
but he'll generally root for the Cardinals.
I'm like that with the Mets. And what's funny is I was like
Weird.
all Angels, and then once we went to New York, I'm like, I love the Mets.
If I lived in
New
New York, if I was like in New York City, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Mets. Why would
Well.
I root for the stupid ass Yankees?
yeah. You hate the Yankees.
Ugh.
yeah.
Yankees, Boston, Dodgers. Ugh.
on that NL note, so I actually got you something.
Uh
I wanted to give you a little
oh.
something.
What? Should I close my legs?
In memory of the NL playing. Well, you can put it in your legs if you want.
Or up the back end.
Wait, can I grab it with my foot?
Yeah, put your feeties out.
I think.
I'll place it in your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, I am giving Andy a limited edition 2001 All-Star Game bobblehead from Seattle from Safeco. And
I probably have an American League one of these. I'm not kidding.
That'd be sick if you had both sides.
That would be totally awesome. Thank you, Mo.
Yeah.
But where'd you get this?
I got that at Goodwill for $3.
Are you serious?
7 years ago.
No,
I'm not kidding, yeah.
no.
Yeah, real
7 years ago.
Yeah, when I first started getting into baseball, I found that trying to get like memorabilia here and there. I had like an old
I
Eagles
honestly
poster.
kind of forgot the color of the National League
I wanted to ask you, do you remember?
because it was like a dark, like forest green
So it was kind of like
for the
that.
American League. No, this is red.
Well,
Red's the opposite of green.
Okay, besides me being colorblind.
Mobo, are you colorblind? Take your glasses off. Oh, there you go. Maybe put them back on. Anyway,
Do you,
This is
okay,
sick.
can you tell me can you tell us anything about the 2001 All-Star game that you remember
I
at all?
know I didn't go. I didn't go to a single game. I didn't go to a single game.
Well, how old were you?
11. I didn't go to a
You coulda
single game
drove.
that whole 116 win season because like every game was like sold out. And,
Really?
like, we just had we never went. I went to my first game in 2000. Didn't go to one in 2001, and then from like 2002 to like 2019, I guess, because then the pandemic hit. I went to at least one game in Seattle, home game in Seattle, like
a year, right?
From like then, at least one every year until like the pandemic hit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know my uncle Rudy went. So my uncle Rudy's the guy, my uncle who passed away in 2012, whose glove I use.
Yeah, the one you
one I use for softball every game. I know he went, and I think that's like where I got most of the memorabilia that I have from
that
All-Star game was from him. I just got a bunch of his stuff. I was like, okay, cool. So I have a bin of all this stuff, and this will go in there perfectly. I'm honestly, I'll send you a picture. I'll dig through my stuff later tonight if I can find it, because my house is a shit show right now. But
dude, can you believe that was that clean at Goodwill?
this is good, and nothing is like broken on it.
You know what? You're gonna hate me.
Wait,
though.
he used to have a penis. Where'd it go?
They transitioned.
Oh, okay.
But I had the box
2023.
for it. I really did, and I had like the wrap for it.
Yeah.
And my dumbass threw it away like 6 years ago.
Who
I was
cares?
like, I'm not gonna keep the box.
Who cares?
And I put
Well,
it out.
also-
Who cares? How old were you? 6 years ago. I don't
Use
remember
your
how old you
brain,
were.
bro. I was 21.
18.
Mobo.
I was 18.
You were 18.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
That is hard.
I was
Mobo.
17.
I don't even know how old I was.
Mobo,
7
how
years ago.
old are you right now?
I'm
Me?
24.
Then you were
24.
18.
So I was 18. I was 18.
It's all right. I hate math too.
Yeah, me too.
I cannot math.
It was a mess. Oh, that sounded nice in my ears. Not gonna lie. Ooh,
He's making out with that bobblehead.
you said your home.
Yes, my house that
Last time you were
purchased.
here,
Wait.
you were not a homeowner.
I wasn't. When was I last year?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was officiated.
When was the last time I was here?
Wait, when did you-
probably,
Was
like-
it? Have I? This is my first time in 2023 that I've been here. No, I had my house.
Oh, did you?
I'm pretty sure I had my house.
Oh, okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he owns a plot of land.
Okay,
I
maybe
own,
I think we did
one
talk about
quarter
it.
of an acre.
I think we did
One
talk.
quarter.
Yeah, no,
That's
we
really good in California.
Never mind. Sorry. We did talk about it because you said your favorite thing was to tell. You can tell people, get off my lawn.
Yeah. Get off my land.
Yeah.
Get off my land. Not just my lawn, my
The
land.
land.
But you've been doing a lot of work on the house. That's for sure.
You okay?
You were good
I suspect.
Funny bone?
Yeah.
on the mic.
I know. I got like
No,
the,
back there.
Oh.
I felt
got
it.
I went.
You were recently going crazy underneath the house.
I'm gonna be doing that probably the next like week or two.
No.
I think we're gonna have to go live with the in-laws while I do the plumbing. Yeah.
And then you did your whole floor in your
I
entire
redid
house?
all the flooring. I did all the wood. So it was carpeted. Ripped all the carpet out. My wife and I ripped all the carpet out, and then she got pregnant, and then stopped helping with all of that. And then I did the floors. But she
Now,
was there for moral support
What's
and
your-
financial support.
Did she give you like a cup of water, being like, "Good job"?
She'd like bless me with it.
Just take it.
I think I know the answer. Which one do you hate more, going under or redoing the floor?
Redoing the floor was back-breaking work. Like it was hard because like
Yeah.
all the sanding and shit you had to do, and it's just all the steps of stuff you had to do with this
Yeah.
plumbing thing. I've been watching so many videos. I haven't done it yet. I've never plumbed a house or anything, but I'm a very mechanically minded person. So like I know that I can do it. I watched so many videos on like literally I was watching videos on the drive here. Like I just like have it on so that it's just like oh, and then you can plumb this, and then you crimp that, and then you can route it actually through this, and it's actually way more efficient. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like constantly like that's what, like my YouTube algorithm is literally just plumbing shit right now. Plumbing with like mixed in with like the Titanic sinking stuff because
Oh, you're part of the submersive train?
with the recent events, whatever. I've always been into the Titanic ever since I was a kid, and I found out about the Titanic.
I
Yeah.
did not know this.
I've always been fascinated by the
Well,
Titanic.
maybe if they would have had better plumbing.
That's true. Better plumbing equals no icebergs.
Better plumbing might have, helped with the sinking.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly.
They
We'll
would've
never
routed
know.
the water into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they could just repipe the entire Atlantic Ocean to
Yeah.
the Pacific Ocean.
They
Problem
could have ran a
solved.
boiler, if I'm honest.
Dude.
They could have made it warm and just everybody would have survived.
No.
Dude, why couldn't we have the greenhouse effect like centuries sooner?
By the time we're born, we're just like fucking.
Dude, speaking of like weird like timeline stuff, super weird tangent, but I just thought of it right now.
Go for it. We love it.
So there's a chance that we might actually be in like the 1800s right now.
Huh?
Because because like recorded history, there's a chance that like some of it got like lost, or like people like just straight up like lied about it, or like added an extra years to like when they were.
So Dungeons and Dragons were just not.
So it technically could be like the 1823 right now.
Did you take something before you got here?
I didn't take a thing. I've never taken a thing, and I will not take anything.
I take everything that Andy doesn't take.
Yes, that's all for Mobo.
So by loss of records, we might just
we might not know. It might not be 2023.
Are you serious?
Legitimately.
Who said this? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I've just heard that like because they burned so much stuff. There have been so many like tyrants throughout history that are just like
Mobo.
There have been so many like burned documents that we just
yeah.
lost
There
track of
have
time.
been like so many like terrible like tyrants and like dictators and stuff that just don't give a fuck, and they're like, yeah, burn it all. This is the new history. I rule.
I mean, I believe it.
I mean,
There's
like,
a way to just control everything.
I mean, there's been like there's been two strikeouts before. There's been three ball walks in baseball. If that can slip through the cracks, you don't think some like a few hundred years of human history could slip through the cracks?
Just like a little small genocide.
Come on.
They're like, we don't need to record that one. We can all forget about it.
Exactly. Anyways, you were about to. That was a weird tangent. I gave you guys a warning that it was a weird tangent.
I was just gonna say, let's put us back on the All-Star game.
Yeah.
track
What about
again.
the All-Star game again? This is the All-Star vlog. Look, I got a hat. Look, it's a hat. It says All-Star Game Seattle.
Wait, last part of the tangent. If we're in the 1800s, are we gonna burn Shohei at the stake for being able to pitch and hit?
Possibly.
Is it too early?
I think it's too. Like, what can we
Well,
burn
wait.
him at the stake if he doesn't resign with us?
when did we stop burning people at stake?
I mean,
I feel like that was like 200 years ago from now. If it's 1823 right now, 1623 is when we were doing all that shit.
so then when was the Black Plague? Like 12?
That was like 200. That was like 400 years from 1823 right now.
As long as-
1823 is right now.
So that was.
It's 1823. Is what I'm trying to say. Is I live in 1823. You guys are busy on your 2023.
As long
shit.
as we're not going all the way back to the Aztecs murking all of Mexico, basically, then we're
yeah.
fine.
You guys went and looked at all that cool stuff with art, huh?
We did. We'll get to that after the All-Star game.
What about the All-Star game?
Because this is your episode.
I went. I have a hat. See, did I show you the hat? I have a hat.
You're the guest.
So okay, so you saw the home run derby. Who'd you have winning?
Oh yeah, who was your pick?
Oh, 100% Julio.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna.
yeah.
I was,
But my little brother. So I went with my wife Kayla and my dad. My dad was actually working at like the Play Ballpark, the fan fest thing.
Yeah.
So apparently you can volunteer or apply whatever, and they pay you like $20 an hour.
Oh nice.
Like so he was working like 7-hour days,
This is so
like
cool.
like just like doing pitching machine stuff. So my dad was already planning on just being there in general, and then he got hired.
Okay, did they give him like a discount for doing that?
No.
That is lame.
God,
He didn't
get
get like
out.
any perks,
Come
but I got like he said they had like unlimited like staff shirts, like the whatever experience team shirts.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a really nice like Nike like dry fit
Oh nice.
like
yeah.
t-shirt thing, and it says MLB fan experience All-Star Game Seattle whatever on it. So I have one of those, but he said he got like 7 of them. He's like they had so many extra, like I just grabbed like a handful of them, like they didn't care.
Nice little resale moment.
Anyways, so my little brother actually lives in Seattle.
Oh, that was another question. You didn't stay like in your hometown, did you?
No.
Okay, 'cause that's like 4 hours away,
That's like
right?
4 hours away. Other side of the
I was
state.
wondering.
If
Yeah.
this is the state of Washington, Seattle is here, and I'm from over here. Tri-Cities.
So are you staying with your brother in Seattle?
No, I stayed at my cousin's house. She was on vacation with her family, so Kayla and I just had like the entire place to ourselves. But
Oh,
it was
nice.
like an hour away, which kind of sucked.
I mean, if it's free.
It was
like,
free, so
yeah.
we just
So what about your brother being in Seattle?
So my little brother was sitting next to me in the seats down low,
Yeah.
and he predicted Luis Robert,
Uh-huh.
which was a pretty good because that was the most impressive part was how far Luis Robert was hitting those things. Like I had never I've been to BP where they hit like a couple like really far ones, but when they're actually trying every swing to hit it as far as humanly possible. It's mind bending.
That was my reaction on Shohei Ohtani's final swing in the Colorado Derby.
Yeah.
It went 519 feet.
It's nuts.
Yeah, and I was like, he hit the third deck.
It's so crazy how far. Like, their bodies are just perfectly designed to swing a bat and hit a ball so fucking far.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
He was one deck away from leaving Coors Field.
Dude, that is so
insane.
Wait, did you go to? You didn't go to that, did you?
Yes, I did.
You did?
You went to Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I only went because
Thanks for the
Shohei.
TFTI.
And then I would have done Seattle because there were rumors that Trout was going to do it. And I was like, if Trout.
Then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Better than Mookie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kayla
11.
literally texted me after Mookie Betts' like 11 home run atrocious performance.
Oh,
Yeah.
culero.
She was like, why is he in this? Like, was he like legitimately? Why did they pick him for this? Like, I could show you the text. Like, she was so confused. Like, I thought like it was supposed to be like big, strong guys. I was like, dude. Mookie Betts bowls 300 and is like an MVP and has an insane
can dunk
I
a basketball.
I will say I love Mookie Betts. He's one of the few Dodgers
Yeah,
that I can like actually stand.
I agree.
I've loved him for free. I liked him even on Boston. I hate Boston way more than I hate LA.
Another impressive performance from that Derby. Adley. Dude.
Adley was
Yeah.
Switch hitting in the Derby.
He was the only one that was swinging lefty. It was all righties. I mean,
And-
he was a switch hitter. He
yeah.
did. He ended up. I thought that was cool. How after for his bonus time he hit righty.
Yeah, and
I
he
was
went
like,
perfect.
okay.
He went 7 for 7.
Yeah.
swings.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Adley Rutschman.
I wanted
'Cause he's
him-
kind of local. He's from Portland.
And he's a rookie this year. So to have a rookie who did that kind of performance is insane. So what was your favorite part about the All-Star game, the game itself, or I guess the experience of that day
The fact that Julio got to step up to the plate
in like a
and
situation?
in a situation where he
Yeah.
could walk off and win the All-Star game.
It immediately gave me vibes of when I went to WBC and it was Trout versus Shohei.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
way this is happening.
I was like, oh, they scripted it perfectly. Because I remember when they went from the bottom of the 8th to the top of the 9th, I remember thinking I was like looking at the score. I was like, oh, he's 4 batters away.
Yeah.
Like if one of them can get on,
Uh-huh.
that's all he needs. And then first 2 strike out, and then Kyle Tucker walks. And then I was like, oh, here we go. And then he ended up walking, and then Jose Ramirez, who hit a double before, decided to strike out instead of hitting a double. And that's, you know.
You're very good at this, so I want to know if it got you. Wander Franco almost tied it up. No,
what was last?
No, Jose Ramirez
was
striking out.
last out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because
Yeah.
he was like, what was he batting? Like second or?
He was either the
First
first
or
or second
second,
batter.
yeah.
Did you jump up, or you look like you don't even remember it?
I'm trying to remember who caught it.
It was in right field, whoever the right fielder
Who
was.
would have been? Oh, it would have been Soto. Oh, yeah. And he hustled it out. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember that now. Yes, because I was sitting like right above right field.
Okay.
So like I was on the 300 level,
Uh-huh.
but like right in the corner of it. So like where like the side of it is, if you're facing the outfield, there's right field, and you look up and you follow the upper deck all the way to where it ends. I was like right there in that corner, me and Kayla with those 2 seats. So there's no one in front of us. Like when you could like lean over, like those first 2 plays of the game were those amazing catches.
Oh my
Adolis
God.
Garcia made that one, and then whoever made it,
Randy.
Randy made
Yeah.
it in left field. I had like perfect bird's eye views of all those plays. It was amazing. So that actually stands out pretty good.
Yeah.
And then of course they do the depressing thing where they're like, hey everybody, remember cancer exists? Here's all the people that you know are dying and are dead of cancer. Here you go. National TV. Woo! Who cares about baseball? Cancer. Wee! Like drives me crazy. But I still wrote my mom's name on there and did the whole thing. But
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Did I make it weird? Do you guys know that it's actually probably like 1723? Actually, I think it's 1723.
That weekend was the most you've ever had fans come up to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although the day of the All-Star game was like the lightest because I think
Really?
a lot of kids, I don't think a lot of them were there for like the play ball park and all that stuff across the street.
Yeah.
And like I have a feeling like most of them, like their parents were like, okay, All-Star game or home run derby, we can't do both.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it was a little bit lighter for the All-Star game. There wasn't as many. There were still fans, but like it wasn't like
Yeah.
people coming up to me constantly and all that stuff like it normally his.
Yeah.
But like the first like 3 days that I was there, it was insane.
That's how I felt at last year's All-Star game and Atlanta. We got a lot of fans in Atlanta. Your wife also, we talked about it. She's pregnant.
She is.
So, going to have a child soon.
Have you
We're at
like,
what's
come to
today?
grips with
Tuesday?
it?
Today's I think 27 weeks, 28 weeks.
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
I don't remember. Who cares?
just waiting till it comes out?
Well, yeah. So we're getting ready for that.
Yeah,
That's another thing I got to do at the house is get the nursery ready and
Just baby fight in general, huh?
just everything getting babyified.
Making sure he doesn't.
We're not doing
hit
we're not
his head.
doing a crib.
Oh
So
no,
there's this thing called a Montessori room where the kid can
Interesting.
basically just like
that does not sound normal.
the toys are out,
Uh-huh.
like your toy. Well, they're put away, but they're easily accessed.
Yeah.
Bed is on the floor,
Huh.
so the kid can get in and out of bed whenever they want,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to promote like
Freedom.
creativity and like they have like a sense of like freedom and they can like
Yeah.
I don't
They don't feel trapped
No,
in like a...
exactly.
Yeah.
Kayla explained it to me. I was like, okay, whatever.
But as you were explaining it right now, like, that actually makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like,
so and like
Yeah.
they're not going to be like falling out of a crib. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that. They're going to fall off like a little 6-inch mattress onto the ground.
the side of it, I feel like, could be funny. Like, if you're just, like, going to check on the kid, it's just, like, little baby sleeping on a floor. Like, a little...
They just roll off and then just,
Some third world shit. No, I get it.
But I get the idea of it, and I do think it'd benefit.
Yeah.
Because just being able to spread and go over wherever they want, whenever they want, I think that'd be better.
gives them a little more independence. But some people are like vehemently against it. Like,
Really?
they're like, no, you need to make sure that they have a set like schedule. Like they know that they need to be asleep at this time. I'm like, oh, whatever.
like you need to be the alpha. You need to.
I
do
don't know.
this, you
I don't know how it's gonna work out, but we're gonna do it.
You guys gonna do the pool noodle technique where you
The poon?
babyfy everything?
The poon noodle.
Pool noodle?
Talking about the poon noodle.
The poon dude.
You know,
Anyway, the pool noodle. What's that? Like
when they like cut the pool noodle and they put it on the corners of
Oh
furniture.
yeah. I gotta do that like with like my bed frame. We got a babyify everything.
I'm just gonna get a ball of spikes and just throw it on the floor.
Everything. Honestly, I'm like Kayla's gonna be like all about it, but like I'm gonna be the one that's like extra paranoid about that shit. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Real.
So I'm like, okay. She did all the work growing this kid. Now I gotta like keep it alive. I gotta keep it alive. Keep it alive. Like that's literally probably gonna be my inner monologue most of the time.
Keep it alive. Keep it alive.
Hey, you kept Dot alive so far.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Your
did.
dog.
I did.
Yeah.
And my fatherly instincts kicked in way hard when she was a puppy. Like I was such a heavy sleeper before.
Yeah.
And now, like, if I hear her, like, you know, the dreaded, like, dogs when they go
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, that pre-throw up fucking, oh my god,
little
like
thrusting
like
moment.
she does that once, I'm like, oh,
Hold on,
and then like,
can you do that again so Mobo can hear it? Because I think that needs to be shared with everybody.
I want that Andy Thrusty right now.
come on,
Having a little trouble there.
A little bit.
you know that whole thing, surround sound,
All right, now can I have him back because this feels so weird.
you
No.
naked.
You're gonna.
Well, I
look-
need to know, like, if you're being too loud or too
You
quiet.
Look, you look
You
naked.
are being
you look
loud
nude. Have you had to
as-
adjust my levels yet?
Oh, yeah, I've done it a few times.
Why?
Your wife doesn't want to know the gender of the baby.
No, she wants to be surprised.
You wanna know.
I would 100% know.
Yeah.
But I do not want to keep that secret. If there's a way that I could find out and that
Yeah.
she doesn't know that I know, sure.
Just
Yeah.
put me in the room.
But
Just have the doctor read it. back
if
to me.
she knows that I know, like that's I'm not doing that.
And you guys can see everybody's reactions from softball also. You
Oh
posted
yes, I have.
a video.
That's like the 1 or 2 vlogs that was actually like good and successful this year so far. So
yeah, what's the
thanks for all those
dealio?
views. I'm not flipping you off. I'm giving you a thumbs up. I need to start doing thumbs up over here, not here.
Did Space Needle work its way into the conversation, like I said?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
their number 1 boy name is Space Needle Leo.
Did you guys
Space
think of
Needle.
Megatron for girl?
No, so it was so funny. So back to Titanic. I watched the movie Titanic, and there's a scene
Yeah.
where Rose goes down and is dancing with like the 3rd class like Irish people and all that
Oh, I
stuff.
know
And
what-
they're
yeah.
dancing and all that. And Jack is dancing with like the little girl, and then he starts dancing with Rose. And then the little girl who Jack was dancing with is like looking at him like, oh, like, and he goes, "You're my best girl, Cora. You're still my best girl, Cora," or something like that.
Yeah.
He says some shit like that. And I was like, "Oh, Cora." And so then I told Kayla, I was like, "Hey, what do you think about Cora for like a girl's name?" She's like, "Oh, I actually kind of like that."
That is a cool name.
But
It's
then
unique.
we get to Seattle,
Oh no.
and she's like, "I just saw someone with a jersey that says Cora on the back of it." I was like, "Oh shit, Joey Cora! You think that's what?" Because I'm always trying to like sneak in like Mariners like
Yeah,
names
yeah,
and
yeah,
references, and I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even think about that. I was like, Cora, Titanic. That's what I'll always associate that,
Yeah.
not with like Cora rounds third, like Cora scores, like whatever, like Joey Cora, Mariners legend.
Yeah.
So that's one story behind a possible name.
So she's saying like the whole Cora Mariners, that's like a positive to her now, or
No, she was just like, she's like, "Did you know?" I'm like, I swear on the child growing inside of you right now that I didn't even remotely think of that
Oh,
until
okay.
this very second that you brought that up.
Yeah.
She noticed it before I did.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even know who Joey Cora is.
Yeah. Well, what was
Comfy,
your
dude.
favorite day? The Futures game, All-Star game, or Home Run Derby? We didn't even talk about the Celebrity All-Star
Oh,
game.
celebrity!
Oh, yeah.
What was that like?
The celebrity softball
Who
game was
played?
amazing. Have you been? Did you
No.
go to any of them?
No.
You've only been to what, Home Run Derby and All Star games?
Yeah. Maybe I'll get invited to be in it one day.
That was
Maybe.
awesome. Zach Levine.
Oh yeah, he homered.
I always
didn't
knew he was a really good dunker.
he? Yeah.
And I didn't know he was from the Pacific Northwest. He's like best friends with like Blake Snell,
Oh.
because Blake Snell's from the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah,
too.
I
He's
saw
from Seattle.
TikTok.
They're all from like the Seattle area, so they know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And but I thought that Zach Levine was legitimately gonna hit one like all the way out.
Somebody
over
like
the wall.
two hopped it.
Somewhat. No, I think Zach Levine. I think one hopped right field wall,
Uh-huh.
and I think Mike Cameron one hopped the center field wall. Maybe it might have even been Felix.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was cool because like it was literally just like all like my favorite Mariners from when this bobblehead was created in 2001.
Yeah.
It was like all my favorite guys. Like Mike Cameron was there.
Yeah.
Brett Boone was there.
Mm.
John Olerud was there. Lou Piniella was there. None of them were. They all obviously weren't playing in the.
Harold Reynolds. I mean,
Harold Reynolds.
he didn't play, but I
That's my
mean,
impression of Harold Reynolds.
he was the coach of one of the Futures teams.
Yes, he was,
Yeah,
along
yeah.
with Raul Ibanez
Mm.
and Randy Wynn, Mariners left fielder from back in the day. So it was Randy Wynn, Mike Cameron, and Ichiro back in 2001. That was like, those were like my outfield guys because I loved
Yeah.
the outfield.
Nice.
And he was coaching was it American and National? Whatever.
Yeah.
He was the National League first base coach, I think, Randy Wynn. I was
Or
like,
American in World or
shit.
whatever. I don't know.
but like all the autograph signings and stuff, like they sold out like instantly. Like you could reserve them.
Yeah.
And the only guy that I really wanted was like might have been Mike Cameron or Lou Piniella or John Olerud.
Mm.
So for those of you who don't know who John Olerud was, he wore like the hard hat, like what I wear that I mount my softball or
Yeah.
my GoPro to for softball.
Yeah.
He wore that like
Well,
full time because he had like some head injury.
I had to,
And he's a Pacific Northwest guy. He went to Washington State University on the other side of the state.
I had to wear that same helmet when I pitched growing up because I have hemophilia.
Oh,
So-
yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So if you bleed from your head, it's bad.
It'd be bad.
It's raps for him. He's not the sequel.
If
But yeah,
means-
it was cool. Like the celebrity softball game was sick. There was like some guys I didn't know who they were, like some random, you know, Latin artists or whatever that I had no idea. Like
Maluma.
no, what they were all names like that, like
Maluma, Peso,
bad,
but like spelled
Peso
with like a
Pluma.
Q or something like that. Like I don't know the names of any of these. Like
Karol
I know
G.
Daddy Yankee. I know Bad Bunny.
Peso Pluma blowing up right now.
The mullet.
Person that I think, because you know Jenny Finch is there every year.
Yep.
I think obviously there's going to be a point where she's just not going to do it anymore.
She's old now.
I think the person that they're going to have every year because she's been there for like 3 straight years
Yeah,
now is JoJo Siwa.
I don't like her.
She's there every year
She's
now.
like, I don't mind extroverts, but she's the type of extrovert that I just can't be in the same
it's
room.
too
as.
much.
I'm just like, you're like this all the time? No thanks. I'm gonna go over here.
Just like
I mean, to be fair, like you and me, we bounce off the walls, but like,
Everyone-
is she just like on meth or like what?
I don't know.
everyone needs their
on
downtime,
aspartame.
like their chill time.
It's just like she just seems like she's like always ready to do like a super choreographed like TikTok dance at any moment,
Yeah.
all the time.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed.
Exactly.
Breaking down.
No, the DJ Khaled video.
So stupid.
Favorite day. out of the
Favorite
whole
day
break.
was probably the home run derby.
Yeah.
Just because watching balls fly out of the park like that, and then there's like a chance that I could
Get
get
one.
one, and like they came my direction a couple times.
It's not as
It's exciting.
obvious as you think. I mean, I've been to two, and I had nothing catchable in both derbies.
Yeah. Well, there was one. The only thing that I had like maybe a chance with was because I was sitting like just under the facade of the upper deck.
Yeah.
So I could see people's gloves like come out over the railing to catch the ball.
Yeah.
And there was one that went like right above me, maybe a little bit off. Like if I had just stepped to my left and he had dropped it, I would have caught it 100%.
Yeah.
Because like the people on the other side of the railing on the aisle, they like weren't being aggressive at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I got these guys because I got the reach on them and I can catch a ball. So
Yeah. Now, we didn't start with Around the Horn just because there wasn't like too much big sports news that happened in this past week. Also, I don't know about you, Mobo, but it feels like it's been a lot longer than a week since we filmed.
It does. I think
Yeah.
it's because the last time we filmed it very early in the week.
True.
So I think right now it feels like we've been doing this for like 3 hours.
Anyways, the trade deadline is coming soon in
It's end of the month,
baseball.
right?
End of the month. So, figured we can all pick one player that we think will get traded and to where.
Shohei.
Oh, we
I
had
don't-
to bring it up. We
Artie
just had to
Moreno's
bring it
too.
up.
Okay, where?
But what's the point in keeping him? You know he's not
Okay.
going to stay.
This is gonna irritate me because I've had this argument with Shortsy so many times.
Yeah.
What is his dumb
No,
opinion?
no. He says that. I know that. I totally get that. But I'm thinking in the real world, and in the real world, Artie Moreno is a piggy, money-hungry, greedy.
That is true.
And I keep telling him that, and he's like, "But it doesn't make sense." I'm like, "I'm not the owner, dude. Tell the owner that."
Let's get a face to face with Shortsy and Artie Moreno.
Right now.
See how that
I'd
goes.
love that.
Put him on the call right now.
Okay, so Shohei to where?
I mean, who's even in like kind of contention that needs that right now?
I'll say I'm
If
almost
it's the Yankees, I'm not watching baseball for the rest of my life.
Jack Flaherty gets moved because he's doing good this year, and from at least the last time I checked, and
Is he a free agent?
the Cardinals have been terrible this year and have said they're sellers, and I think they're gonna go. Actually, no, I have to change my. I don't think they would trade in division.
Isn't that how Bader got onto the Yankees?
Yeah,
It was a deadline trade?
yeah, I think so.
I think so.
And I'll say Jack Flaherty to the Dodgers is what I'll go with.
I can actually believe that. I
I
can
was
see that.
I was gonna say Reds, but then I was like, they're not gonna trade him in division. The Reds are gonna trade for somebody. They're first place this year. They're doing good. Yes.
So what if the reason that Shohei is being all like friendly with like Mookie Betts and like all the Dodgers, all our Dodgers fans,
What do you
friends,
I'm gonna kill you.
they're like, oh yeah, he's totally gonna be a Dodger next year. What if Shohei is only being friendly with Mookie Betts because he's like, yeah, I'll come play with you guys for like a couple months, get a ring, and then I'm out of here. We're going to the Mariners.
I've
probably gonna
I've said it many times. He can go to any other team as long as it's not the Dodgers.
I honestly kind of want him to go to the Mariners. if
I
I'm
would
real.
miss him.
It'd be beautiful.
I'd miss him
sick.
big time, but I would honestly be happy for you because.
It's as close to his home as he can get.
All right, so
feet.
Shohei. Oh god,
Dude, stop, bro.
Shohei.
What?
Foot
Suck
fetish
it.
people.
Suck 'em.
Get that away from
You like my sandal tan? Look, it's an Illuminati triangle. It forms an Illuminati triangle.
You look like someone took a bean masher that people use for like frijoles, and they just
Don't do that
fucking
gesture.
stabbed you.
Don't do that gesture. Anyways, what's up, dude? Hey, you over there?
My trade deadline prediction. I'm gonna guess. You know what? Something random.
Spit it out.
I don't.
Not like that though.
Hey, yo. Nah. Something. Give me. Well, he spat on it. Shohei goes to.
Oh, this guy's picking the same player.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am. Okay, I'm easy cop out. I'm gonna say he goes to the Mets.
The Mets are doing dog shit.
I know the Mets are doing.
You did
dog
not
shit.
prepare at all.
I did not prepare. I don't want Shohei to leave because, like you said, we know he's gonna rot here with us.
I know, but
for
you
the next
coulda-
couple months.
I know. But you could at least set a team that's in contention. They're going to be sellers, not buyers.
Okay, what about something random? Shohei to the Reds.
That makes more sense. They're probably going to be in playoffs this year.
How is their farm system though? I don't know shit about
It's
the
probably
Reds.
going to be like
they
immaculate,
have
bro.
They have like
bet-
everybody right now.
Yeah.
They have one of the better farm systems.
A lot of
I was
people.
talking about this on the drive home with Art the other day. If the Reds are the guys we trade him to,
Mhm.
the conversation doesn't begin if Ellie's not the first guy that you are offering. I'm not even thinking about it if you don't offer Ellie.
If Ellie De La Cruz goes to the Angels, I will not watch baseball for the rest of my life.
Wait,
And I know I already said that, and I know I was exaggerating, but I'm serious this time.
you're super serial. Is Ellie strictly just shortstop, or is he third baseman too?
Every highlight I've been seeing of him lately, he's playing third base.
That's what I'm. Okay. Oh,
But-
you know what? Yeah, perfect.
Did
We'll
you
get
know he
rid of
threw
Rendon.
97.4 miles per hour? It's the fastest StatCast era of the infield assist and MLB history and StatCast era of
You remember that very
Ellie De
well.
La Cruz.
No, I had no idea.
But okay, yeah, Ellie would replace Rendon. Rendon would probably get traded or let go.
Rendon, replace Rendon. Rendon's keeping himself out.
Yeah, good point.
Now that we've made it through the whole All-Star week with Andy,
Yeah.
you are not the only one that's had a busy week.
What?
Yeah, I went to Mexico.
Mexico.
There
By
was-
yourself?
No.
No, he went with a brown, of course.
Oh, okay, you had me a lot worried. I mean, let's be real. His white skin would get very dirty down there.
Actually, I did. And at softball, I was like, wait, where's Austin right now? And he's like, oh, he's in Mexico. I was like, is he with Art? And he's like, I was like, yeah, because there's no way that he would go to Mexico by himself, right? Someone that
gonna
didn't
lie.
speak fluently.
I'm not gonna lie. Mexico City, I actually feel.
There's a ton of like they speak a ton of
Yeah.
English.
Oh yeah, I feel good there. But Art told me where his mom is from. He wants to visit one, like eventually at Michoacan. That's where
yeah.
she's from.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's a hot spot. I would not take you there." That's what he said.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he said, "Same thing where your mom's from, Chihuahua, right?"
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom my mom told me this story growing up, and apparently one of like a family, I'm not going to say if it's directly within us or away from us, but somebody we
it's
know
within the heart of the cards.
somebody we know was not necessarily held at gunpoint, but pretty much brought like a gang member from the cartel being like, "Can you
Sick.
operate on him? We need to keep him alive for like the next couple hours."
Oh,
And they had like information on the kids, the schools they went to, their schedules, the teachers. I know it's a very bad spot sometimes.
Well, my great grandpa Jose Leon kidnapped and
Oh.
eloped his wife, my great grandma,
What?
at age she was 13 years old, and then married her, and then they went to I think Texas. What? And that's where like, my grandpa was born, and then my dad, and then yeah. But apparently he like the man. One of the main reasons he even came to here is because he killed a guy, and he was like fleeing the law. Yeah, the dude always carried like either a revolver or like a knife in the front of his pants, and then like a fat wad of cash in
Your
his back
great
pocket.
pappy.
This would have been my great grandpa. Yeah,
So my Mexico trip was not that intense.
come on, you can't compete with this.
No beheadings, no kidnappings,
So-
no drugs. Come on, man.
no
So
pedophilia.
The main reason for going was to see baseball in Mexico, the Diablos, which is the hat I'm wearing. And
M for Diablo. That makes
I thought it
sense.
was M for Mexican.
it's for Mexico City.
Mexico City.
But yeah, that was the main reason going. We flew there this past Thursday night, basically Friday, because it was a 1:40 a.m. flight.
I was gonna say you landed at 5, no, over there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quick.
And that landed in the same exact terminal and everything, so I knew exactly where I was going right away. I was like, oh, wow, this is all the same exact spot that we landed and got out last time. And his uncle picked us up. We went to their place. And, yeah, that was cool. And we went to, where'd we go? Oh, first they let us sleep. We were like, bro, like, can we please get some sleep before we go anywhere?
Were you hanging out with like some of his family or something?
Yeah,
or-
Art's uncle, aunt, and he doesn't know what to call him. Every time I talk about, I think it's his cousin.
I totally understand.
And he's like, I think it's my cousin, but I don't know. So there's the children of the aunt and uncle. So one's a guy, one's a girl. And so they let us sleep in their beds for like 2 hours.
Did you guys go eat? Did you guys go
Dude,
to the
you
stores?
you got roofied while you were in Mexico.
No,
didn't
I think we went to El Centro, which is like where the huge Mexican flag is.
That's like the block.
you?
yeah.
That's like the
Wait,
block.
what-
Oh no, no. Okay, we went to El Templo Mayor, which is the remains of what's left
Mayor.
of the Aztec temple. Or
Yeah.
just it's like the bottom base. That's
Yeah.
all that's left.
Oh wow.
And so we saw the ruins of that, and then we saw like a museum where they had artifacts that were inside. And yes,
So when you travel
yeah,
and go on trips like this,
yeah.
are you more of a guy that's like, oh, I just want to go like try all the food
Mm.
and experience the culture, or are you like, I want to go see all the cool shit that they have?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
I could get. I'm like, okay, cool. There's a taco. Okay, let's go look at the pyramids. Like that's why I like going to see the shit.
I think I'm more of a cool shit than eating, but I'm a fat motherfucker.
I can
so
balance. I can balance.
So
both.
you could eat.
I could eat.
I could eat.
Me and Art were talking about this, and if people are listening, they're gonna know that I'm talking about them. Art was talking about other people we travel with, and he's like, I don't know how they do the clubs and just are out all night and just
Did we fart? I
and
farted right
just
now.
to go to
laughed.
like, all
It
they
was a
want.
baby one though. I don't
All
think
they
it's
want to
gonna-
do is go to.
Splooched on me.
All they want to do is go to bars, and I'm like, yeah, I
had to do it for the folks out there. Shout out to my
Dude, that
digestive
shit
system.
came out my nose, bro.
yeah.
It felt like I just went swimming for like a minute.
Anyways, yes,
Yeah.
clubs and stuff. I don't know how you do that either, because that's also how you. Hey, that's
Yeah.
also how you get like sex trafficked.
Yeah.
Straight
Oh,
up.
by the
way-
Am I wrong? Like every like sex trafficking movie, it's like we're gonna go out and just be free in Mexico tonight, and then next thing they know, they're like hogtied in a van. It's a sad reality. Like it's not. Why would you laugh at that? Dude? I'm being serious.
I want to give you all the context on why with that huge
Okay.
laugh break we all had.
Yep.
Andy farted in the mic if you're watching Spotify or listening to Spotify.
I think they know what a fart sounds like.
Well, I don't know if
I wish it was bigger.
I don't know if it- yeah, I don't know if it
wish I
picked
had
it
a
up that well.
giant one.
Anyways,
Just melt Mobo's eyebrows off.
yeah. So I told Art I agree with him in the fact that like I want to go.
He's gonna spit us out. Can you get it? Can you handle it? You gotta stop drinking
He's
water.
good. He's good.
I'm just gonna put it away.
So yeah, I told Art I agree with his opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way, like how you said. I'd rather go experience new things. So like, I always look up things to do in
Yeah.
whatever place I'm going to. And then obviously if it's a place that's famous for a certain food, then I'll be like, I gotta go try that and this. So like in this case, tacos, quesadillas, burritos, and all that stuff.
Quesadillo.
And like
Oh.
Again.
I'm going to Kansas City next month.
Mm-hmm.
So
Barbecue.
I'm
Gotta
big
get barbecue.
So I'm going to look for barbecue everywhere. So if
And
you got
the,
recommendations.
and the Negro League Museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We finished Templo Mayor and then we went to the Diablos game. And I was telling Mobo this story. So people, those like big water containers you'll see on freeways.
Mm-hmm.
So in Mexico, people just do whatever the fuck they want. So random people were taking those and blocking off the street that you need to go down. And they were like, and obviously I'm going to say this in English. You want to go down this way? 50 pesos.
Whoa.
And so if you break that down, currency exchange, that's like $3.50. Like,
Nice little mugging, but like peaceful mugging.
so
poor now.
so you're not giving away $50. But so his uncle hands it to him and then he moves it out of the way and then we get to go. So then we're on the street where
And this is just random dudes.
random people.
Hustling.
So then we are in line to go in and turn into the lot for the stadium for the Diablos. And then another guy is like, hey, you want to cut this line? 100 pesos. And he's like, yeah. And he hands it to him. And then he's like, okay. And the lane next to us, there's nobody in it. And he runs our car all the way up to the front, steps in front of a car that's at the front, and is like, stop, and then inserts us in front of that car.
Jesus. He was actually like, that's cool that they didn't like rip you off. They're just like true to your word. And they're like, yeah, thanks for the 100 pesos.
Yeah.
Fast pass, bro.
No, they grind for their work out there, and they stay true to their work.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, not employed by the Diablos or anything, just random dudes.
Amazing.
Yeah. So then we get in, and I was with Javi at a game recently, and I was telling, Javi started a YouTube channel, and one of his pet peeves at the games is when they're playing music and he wants to like talk for the video. So he's like, oh, when are they going to stop the music? And I told him, bro,
Talk louder.
at a Diablos game, you will never have a dead moment to talk because they play music until the pitcher's arm is like right here.
Like release point.
Yeah, and then they cut it. Catches
And then
it.
whatever they play over there.
They take a lot of inspiration from the Angels and Dodgers.
Guadalajara, Guadalajara.
Vendors you would never see going up and down at American ballpark. Like
Selling like firearms.
no,
It's like fireworks.
Firearms and 8 balls.
They had all kinds of candy, like the Hubba Bubba gum tape.
Yeah.
That was like one of the candies you could buy.
Bubble tape. Hell yeah.
What else? They had donuts, like huge donuts. They
yeah.
were
On a
just
stick? I'm
they were
into
like donuts.
Oh,
and then
nice.
Donuts.
you didn't have to get up to order a miche. They had miche trays to where if you're like, can I get a miche? They would just make it.
Like, do you want it with or without roofies?
Thing I was annoyed with the Diablos, their outfield, they don't sell those seats at all. It's just
Whoa.
they feel like they'll make more money from a sponsor
Yeah.
than people trying to sit out there.
Yeah.
So they just tarp the outfield
So there's
seats.
no like home run seats.
I mean,
essentially.
they are home run seats, but nobody can sit there until playoffs. In playoffs,
then they
they
open
sell
it up.
tickets. Yeah. One of the coolest entrances I've ever seen, like into a stadium. It was sick. It was like the roof looks like a giant eagle. And then just seeing it when you're underneath it going in, immediately you get a view of home plate. And the only home run of the game happened right when we got in.
Oh,
we didn't
nice.
get to see it.
Damn.
So,
I thought
like,
it'd be like
right
you, first time you see the green field, then it's gone.
No, we scanned our ticket, walked in, and we hear, yeah!
Dang.
And I'm like, oh, somebody just hit a home run, and I look at the scoreboard and it says home run. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, we got all game though.
Hon run.
And that's the only one.
After the Diablos game, went home and drank with Art's uncle pretty much the
Nice.
rest of the night.
Uncle, whatever.
And so I've had vodka a good amount of times. So I had mezcal for the first time,
So
which
you
is,
didn't have any tequila over there?
or sorry, we had tequila and then we had mezcal, which is like tequila 2.0.
Yeah.
Like,
Different plant, right?
yeah, but even stronger.
Sure.
It's a beautiful burn.
That was not fun. And then we woke up the next morning and we had I took a shower first and I could not for the life of me figure out how to turn on the hot water, and I was like punching water droplets.
You needed a plumber. That's me.
Yes.
Flam out.
I get out and I tell Art, I'm like, if you figure out the hot water, I'm gonna be so jealous. So he gets in, he's like, I can figure it out, dude. And he throws his towel outside on a stair rail we have, and there's a box that has a twist for hot and cold outside, and we're like, damn it.
Love it.
So then,
You went to the Centro, no?
no, we went to a temple. We went to the Tulik temple. They have these Tulik giants or Tulan and they're 13 feet tall. They were on top of this temple. We got to go walk up it. It was awesome. And the power you feel when you've climbed a temple and you're on top and you're like, I run this shit. Yeah.
Sacrifice someone up here, cut their head off.
So the one we went to, Montezuma, had ruled there at a time.
Oh.
And I told Mobo before the podcast, I'm like, just imagine Montezuma if he found out there was just some like 20-year-old kid just up there with the camera, just being like, look at the Giants.
Meanwhile, he's like drinking an infant's blood.
He's like, my people will rule the land forever. Random white guy. Oh my God, I'm here. Take me a picture.
And then Art was telling me like how the Aztecs just like ruled around Mexico City, just wiping out like everybody because they were like they just would come to your town.
They were head honchos back then.
Where's your tallest and biggest guy?
And then the
All
Spanish.
right, let's get him. We're killing the rest of you, and just dip to the next one.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
brutal.
And then the Spanish came in and were like,
what do you
"Do
think
you
I'm
guys
so
want
angry?
some diseases?"
I got 2 of them.
Yeah, disease. Yeah, that's why the Spaniards took them out because they had guns and disease. Yep.
Dirty Spaniards.
After that, it was like an hour drive back to what we were gonna do. We were gonna do the longest cable car in the world.
Whoa.
It's 6 miles long.
Whoa.
But we were trying to accomplish that before going to the airport to go home, and it would have taken 40 minutes to do it up and back, so we couldn't do it.
No time.
Oh,
Did
man.
you go to see Lady of Guadalupe?
We saw that the first time I went.
The first time you went? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I also forgot a part
Juan Diego.
from the second night. We went to a place called, I'm probably going to botch it, Tepoztlan, I believe is how you say it. And it's like Art's uncle told me, him and Art's dad
Yeah.
years ago, We got there at 11 a.m. and they did not leave till 2 a.m. They were there all day. It's just a giant centro, like a center with little like people that set up tents for markets and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then around is restaurants and bars.
Oh,
And so we spent like 4 hours there, I would say, maybe longer. And that's where we got this, if I can reach it.
What is it?
So it's a new game. I'm gonna bring.
Oh, I've seen those. I've seen those.
Yeah.
I've seen a version of these
It's called PTK.
where you can like kick it like behind your back and it goes over your head and stuff.
You can hit it any way you want. There's only one rule to the game, and there's no teams. There's no score. It's just you. Oh well.
I was supposed to go that way.
Yeah.
I went that way instead.
Yeah.
Up there.
The only rule is it cannot go to a dead stop. You don't keep score. You don't have a team. Just you try to keep it going for as long
Even
as
if
you
it
can.
hits the ground.
If you can kick it off the ground. If it's still moving, it's still good.
It's like the balloon
Okay,
game.
so then what happens if it stops moving? Do you
Then
die?
it's a reset, like new round.
It blows up
and-
and you have to buy a new one.
You just
gonna
want to
say.
try it. The goal is to go for as long as possible. And so I bought that there, and I played it there too with
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
the
yeah.
people that were there, and it was a lot of fun. And at the end of that night, after we were done in like the middle part, we were leaving, and Art's uncle sees one of these people he knows working at a bar, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go say hi to him before we leave." And it's like not glass; it's like open viewing. And he's like, "Oh, come on, guys!" And we're like, "Oh, what the hell? The restaurant's closed. It's like
Yeah.
it's like 11 p.m." And he gave me personally 5 free Coronas,
Nice.
2 free shots. Art, same thing, and the rest of the family. And they just treated us nice the whole
Sick.
night. Opened it up, and they
Beautiful
were
hospitality. I love that.
yeah,
Love
amazing hospitality. And he told us, he's like, "You guys ever come back? Feel free. You can stay at my place." And we're like, "Okay, shit." And then that was,
Come on, that's routine.
bad pick over at the Angel game right now.
Oh, Zach Neto?
No, that was
No, it was
Michael
entree
Steph-
cabbage.
Yeah.
Cabbage. That's
Keep
right.
thinking
You
it's
guys got a
Michael
guy with a
Hey.
dumb name named Cabbage.
No, no, no,
You
no,
got
no,
Cabbage and Trout.
no. It's Trey Cabbage.
Mobo, this is a legit.
Cabbage.
I'm feeling attacked.
This is a legit thing Mobo and I are gonna
Shut
do.
up, Murder fan.
As long as he's still on the major league team, we both want to buy a cabbage,
The head of cabbage.
sit in right field with the cabbage
Just hold it up.
You'd probably get on TV.
easily.
Oh, without a
easily.
doubt.
You don't
Cabbage-
think anyone's done it yet?
Cabbage Patch Kid?
I haven't seen anybody do it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You could call it the Cabbage Corner. Start the Cabbage Corner.
Oh, we got Trout
So
Farm
you
and
gotta
Cabbage
get you
Corner,
gotta get the.
and it works too because he's left-handed.
Wait,
so
is he good though?
You know what? He hit a
He-
single and got RBIs his first game.
he hit a
So
double.
there you go.
He hit a
So just-
double.
just
I went
get-
last night.
He's not bad.
A bunch of other Angels fans together.
Cabbage.
Like seriously,
Corner.
buy like 10
Cabbage
cabbages, see if you
Corner.
can get them in,
Yeah.
and just hand them out to people. Make
Melissa's?
like cheap like green shirts that say Cabbage Corner,
Yeah.
and then just anytime he's up, just be like Cabbage.
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 I guarantee you, it will become a thing.
Oh, it will.
And I invented it, and I'm a Mariners fan. You're welcome, Angels.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was my last night in Mexico. Was the hospitality from those guys, and then we went home that next day, and it was a lot of fun.
I feel like the hospitality for you, the times you've gone to Mexico, has been just stellar.
Oh, by the way, the Airbnb we stayed in. First of all, we didn't know we were staying in an Airbnb. We were told we were staying with Art's family. They surprised us and rented one out.
Nice.
And
Beautiful.
his uncle gets half off because he knows the guy who rents it out, and it fits 18 people.
Holy shit.
So, if the
Dodger
softball
fans?
crew ever wants a Mexico trip, we have a very secure Airbnb for any of the people that would feel a little freaked out on the crew. And yeah, it would be very cheap if you break it down.
I mean, Dallas would probably not come back with his head.
No, Dallas would get traffic.
it would be very cheap once you get all
Without
those
his
people.
head.
A very cool Airbnb, and
Sick. So those are the only place you've really been in Mexico is Mexico City.
I've also been to the state of, I think it's a state, Puebla.
Have you been to the Baja?
Nope. I haven't been to any of the like beach.
Sonora.
No Cancun.
I have cousins in
That's me.
Sonora.
I've been to Vallarta.
Oh, I remember when you went to Vallarta.
No, you know what? I think a lot of people remember.
I definitely remember when Mobo went to Vallarta.
You know what? Vallarta was a beautiful time.
Lot of-
I had a Bacardi Tamarindo and Bacardi Mango Chile.
A lot of risque videos.
Oh, yeah. My titties were hanging out. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
When I walked in here before we started rolling, Mobo is laid across this very same couch that I'm laying on.
Así estaba
And
yo. It looked like
we're
I
back.
grabbed
We're
your
back to
crotch.
Titanic. He was laying there like Rose getting painted,
And then he painted on me.
and I was gonna draw him like he was a French lady.
If you think Andy's being Andy, no. Mobo was legit laying there, shirt off.
He was laying here shirtless.
I look beautiful, guys. I'm just like,
It was fine.
I want to talk about the Angel game I went to last night.
Uh-oh.
dude, let us know.
Oh my God.
You guys,
one
this
of
is
the,
a bombshell.
one of the best. If you've seen the vlog, then you know what I'm going to talk about. One of the best days on the field I've had with Tony Todd. We get it kicking immediately with like Carlos Estevez, Andrew Velasquez, and
Nice.
I keep telling Tony, I'm like, we've done this plenty of times, but the one person I haven't got a picture with is Zach Neto that I want to get a picture with. And so I see him finishing up and he's walking towards me and I'm like, hey Zach, can I get a picture? And he is looking this way. He turns like this and he goes, Spidey. And I'm like, what? And he's like, bro, Dodger films. And I'm like, excuse me. No, it's supposed to be the other way around.
Oh my god!
then-
Did you? Dude, I bet you were like just
I
dumbfounded.
my raw reactions in the vlog, like I could not believe it. And then
It's got to be so weird to be like
Major leaguers are
like,
gonna.
like you made someone who star strikes people starstruck.
yes, yeah.
If that makes, I said that right. Yeah,
I,
I said that.
I don't know if you read it, what I said in our group chat. I sent the video because I got home right away, wanted to look at the clip instantly, and I sent it. And then I said, growing up watching baseball for years and looking to so many of these guys as a kid, teenager, and even now, and have to have the role reversed is fucking crazy.
Word for word, bar for bar.
I felt like all the kids that watch us, at least like 1% was going to grow up and become a major leaguer, and then to have that happen like years down the line. Like, Spidey! I did not expect it that early.
So that means Zach Neto is going to be on the podcast soon, right?
I hope so.
Let's
I
hope for it.
hope so.
Benchwarmers, comment down below if you want to see.
If you want to see me on the
If you wanna
podcast
see
for the
the
rest
Zach
of the guests forever, or do you want Zach Neto? Your choice.
We exchanged information, so I will keep in touch with Zach Neto.
Oh.
That is pretty cool.
Me and my homies love Zach.
Yes, I absolutely. I mean, I loved it too. I said it in the group chat because I've never ever dogged on him. I was fifth.
I honestly don't think anybody has. Like,
No.
that's an Angel fan that we know.
I was fifth row when he got drafted. I always talk about how much he is at good at defense, and I was there for his first home run ever. So it's like Tony said, it was manifested. It was bound to happen.
There you go.
Nice.
And yeah, that was absolutely insane. And we played the Yankees in that game, and I feel like there was another crazy thing that happened. Either way, great seats as always with Tony, and we walked it off. And in the vlog also, right before Michael Stefanik hits the walk off, Tony, like 5 seconds before, Tony goes, I'm liking that left field line right there, right down that left field line, and then bam, right down the left field line.
Exactly.
Walk off, Angels win. And I was like, dude,
Mariners
course.
almost blew it yesterday.
oh really?
Yeah, we had like a 7-3 lead in the ninth, and then we won by 7-6. Won by 1.
By the
Made
skin
it
of your
real
teeth.
close.
Yankee fans, they're vocal.
The weird.
The worst. And as soon as the game ended, I was just like this because I've never seen fans get up so fast after their team lost. Like, just like, boom, we're out. And so we're sitting in the back row of a section, so the walkway's behind us, so everyone's walking behind us to leave.
Yeah.
And I'm just like this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Yankee fans. Bye-bye.
27 rings, motherfucker.
Oh, you just reminded me with that accent. I will show
my
you after the
Lord.
podcast. We met the stereotypical most Italian New York
Oh,
dude on the
yeah.
field. Dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to tune
See,
into this Klushka vlog. Make sure to look
I
at
do
it.
not like Yankee fans, but I love accents. I love regional accents, and Italian New York
Dude.
is the best.
Oh my God. So the first way he's made his presence to us, he's right next to me. And Tony says something like, and he's like, no, this is all real. This is all real. I don't dye my shit out. This is all legit. Look, 11 right here. Volpe. I love Volpe. And I'm like, what the hell? And
So
then
good.
Tony hands him his ID, and he's like, see, no bullshit. Shit's all real. I don't die. I don't do any supplements. It's all the workouts and no dye.
And no dye.
No doubt.
Like,
Gotta
it's
make sure.
Judge is taking BP today because he's injured. You know, I'm like, I guess he's gonna get a few swings. And then he's next to me and he's like, can you fucking believe it? I cannot believe it. Look at that. And I'm like, dude, what is going on?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, he got a ball signed by Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And I was filming him from the other side getting it signed. And he comes back and he's like, look at that. Otani's up next. And his name, what do you think his name is? It shouldn't take that long.
The name of this guy?
Yeah, his first name. Typical, like.
Frank?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got it.
Obviously.
It's Frankie Bustoyan.
My name is Frank Giapelli.
Dude, word for
I do crown molding and I do a little bit of plumbing on the side. Like,
So, yeah.
New York.
So I film him like, Frank, what you got? And he's like, Aaron Judge autograph, flew 3,000 miles. What do you know about it?
So New York.
Oh my God. So he was a whole character. It was amazing. And then a story I did not tell you, when we went down under after on the field, there was this guy sitting across from me and Tony.
Yeah.
And we're just chatting it up because we're all in the same room. And his name was also Tony. His name was Tony Spino. And
Tony
he was
Spino.
like,
Tony would have been my second guess if it wasn't Frank.
we're talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I was the athletic trainer for every sport at UCLA for over 50 years. And I'm like, oh my
Damn.
God. He's like, basketball, football, baseball.
Head trainer.
I've done it all. And you name a player, I've taped their ankle. I've done whatever.
Dang.
And so he's like telling us, and it gets more and more crazy. Like, we think Tony Todd has crazy stories.
Sure.
This guy, he's like, I've met 5 presidents. I've had dinner with 2 popes.
What?
Nice.
And I've had dinner with 3 presidents from other countries. And I'm like, dude, what the hell?
That's sick.
Who
And-
is this person?
Get him on the pod.
Tony Spino.
Tony Spino.
So I told him, I'm like, dude, I got to get a picture with you. Like, you got all this history.
Hey,
that
look at
looks
Tony.
like-
Hey, how you doing, Tony?
He's not the Italian guy, but this was all at UCLA. So he was very close with John Wooden. Him and
of course.
John Wooden threw out the first pitch in the 0-2 World Series in
Sick.
Game 6. He said that's like his favorite memory of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when John Wooden was passing slowly,
Yeah.
he asked him to be his caretaker. And so he did the job and would take care of him in his old age.
Hmm.
And John Wooden died in his arms.
Dude, what the
What?
fuck?
Yeah. Like, greatest UCLA basketball coach of all time. Just
One of the greatest coaches
Yeah.
of any sport.
Yeah.
Period.
John
Yeah.
Wooden.
another funny thing that happened. Garrett Anderson was on the field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I love GA. And he walks by and I'm like, Garrett. And he doesn't even turn his head. After talking with Tony down there, we're like, all right, and watch the game now. And we're waiting for the elevator. And who comes walking down? Garrett Anderson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, aha, where are you going to go now? So he gets in the elevator with us. And I'm just like, hey, Garrett, can I get a photo? And he's like, sure. And I'm like, all right, haha, got it.
Nailed it.
And then I won't take up too much time on this one, but another cause I want to talk about, a foundation. I did a vlog at the Tyler Skaggs Foundation a week ago, and that was a lot of fun, that experience. And once again, thanks to Tony Todd and Debbie Skaggs, that's Tyler Skaggs' mom, Carly Skaggs, his wife, and Dan Ramos, his dad. And
It's kind of like a showcase as well, right?
yeah, it was a showcase. The event was an all-star showcase.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So, yeah, it was all like the best kids in Cali. One of the kids got drafted 2 days after I talked to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Caden Hediger. That Tyler Skaggs Foundation was a lot of fun, and I hope to do it again next year. And, yeah, so that'll be the end of the episode unless you guys got some more stories or anything you want to say.
Andy, is there anything you want to let the audience know?
I just wish I had a really good fart to give to you guys right now into the microphone. That's the main thing I'm sorry. Not that I farted into the mic, but that it was not a worthy fart. So I'll do better next time.
We'll get them to fart off camera so that the next time somebody sits there, they'll get pink eye.
Exactly. And because it's 1823 right now, there is no cure for pink eye, so they're just going to die.
We've never heard of penicillin at all.
All right.
How do you guys end
ladies-
it? Do you just say toodaloo?
Well, usually, but we got to let the audience remember, they should know by now that the Spotify version goes up Thursdays at 2 p.m. And Ozzy, why don't you tell them about the YouTube channel?
If you're looking at me right now, if you're looking into this camera, if you're looking at me on your phone, your TV, you better subscribe.
Look at him.
And you better be watching the video version 2 p.m. on YouTube. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Capiche?
Yeah, capiche? Huh?
Capiche.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Yeah. Peace out.
Later.
Child episode up next.
Chowder.